Alright, guys, so this one is going to be pretty fun because, as you can see from the title, this is what if Ladybug was Miracle City's hero? Now, as you guys know, Miracle City is the home of El Tigre, and as it's often said, it is a city filled with it is a cesspool of crime and villainy and sin. It it's the most crime-ridden city in any most animation. Everywhere you look, there are villains everywhere. And yeah, so here we go. We're going to talk about, like, what would it be like if Ladybug was that hero? Now, for starters, obviously, the big thing that is kind of a major takeaway from this is that, first and foremost, Ladybug isn't gonna. These aren't Akumas. Like, that's the big thing right here, is that these guys aren't Akumas. These guys are. These guys are basically villains. Like, there is no, like, evil tainting them. They just are villains. So, not to say she can't combat them, but Marinette can't make them go away. Also, I'm pretty sure... Well, actually, no, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure the Lucky Charm can't just fix everything. But she probably could still use the Lucky Charm and all of that in these fights. Now, the big thing you have to the big thing I just said is this city is filled with villains, and there's no El Tigre, there's no White Pantera, there's no other heroes in this scenario. It is just Marinette, and good lord, does Marinette gonna be way over her head. And there's no Cat Noir here in this scenario. There's no Reina Rouge. There's nobody. It's just her by herself. Oh, good lord, she is going to die. Because Marinette is not accustomed to fighting supervillains. She's accustomed to fighting villains that she can cure. She's not accustomed to fighting villains that are like they just are villains. Like, she's not accustomed to encountering them. Not only that, some of these villains are confirmed to have killed people. Like, it's heavily stated several times over in some of the episodes of El Tigre that these guys have murdered people, and they had no qualms about it. You know, Sartana is said to have killed people. Flock of Fury, Dr. Chipotle, all of them have murdered someone at some point in their villain career, and that's kind of a big takeaway from this. Marinette's not used to that. Marinette's not used to encountering those kind of foes, and also Marinette has something that El Tigre doesn't have: crippling anxiety and crippling self-doubt. Marinette, if you thought Marinette, like, trying to, balance her life as both a superhero and a student and a normal girl was tough enough, yeah, no, it's way more worse. She's going to be way worse off in Miracle City. Because not only are you going to be forced to, combat, you're going to be forced to combat, various villains, but you're also going to be combating the fact that you are going to be surrounded by people who don't like you. It's very obvious in Miracle City that superheroes aren't really liked. It's a more supervillain-oriented town. Even the cops, even the most honest cops, obviously Frida's dad and all that, but there are cops on the take for the supervillains. And it's very obvious. So you're not getting help from the police, you're not getting help from the people who just want to be, left alone, like they just don't want anything to do with the supervillain stuff, or they're working as henchmen, or want active jobs as henchmen. So Marinette's going to be fighting an uphill battle every time. And it's not just villains. You have giant monsters. You have literally a robot called Giant Robot Sanchez. I'm not making... If you haven't seen the show and you thought I was making that up, no, I'm not. Yeah, there are giant robots, giant monsters, you know, giant guacamole monsters. Yeah, and Marinette's gonna be by herself, and yes, she does have, you know, excellent agility and a yo-yo that can act as a weapon, and you know, she spins it fast enough she can just literally cut a hole through shit. It's, you know, it's kind of mind-boggling, really, the physics of that yo-yo, but magic, whatever. But here's the thing: these guys don't play dirt. These villains play dirty too. Like, they will go out of their way to fuck your day up for the fun of it. Also, I'm pretty sure that last I checked, Manny's belt buckle doesn't have a time limit. Whereas the moment she uses the lucky charm, that's it. Like, you're now running on a timer. So, yeah. And some of these villains don't let you get away. Yeah. So Marinette's not just gonna. She's just not gonna have a fun time in Miracle City. Like, if like El Tigre was like asked her, hey hey Ladybug, I'm gonna be away for a while. So do you think you can cover for me in Miracle City? You think you could just you think you could just stop by Miracle City and just be like, just watch the city for like a week or two or 3, 4, 5, 6? And Marinette would immediately go, no, find someone else. Call Danny, call Kim, call someone else, because it ain't going to be me. Marinette would do everything in her power to stay away from that town, if at all, in Miracle City at all. But yeah. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you think it would be like if Ladybug was Miracle City's hero? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I thought this would be a fun change of pace. I don't know how many of these I'm gonna do. Also, please don't send me requests in the comments below. That really turns me off from doing these videos. I'm pretty sure already I'm going to see like 10 comments of requests, but yeah, it really turns me off from not wanting to do these if no one wants to discuss the actual subject. And I'm not trying to sound like a jerk. It's just, hey guys, it's a fun topic. I thought I want to engage in that. So please don't send me requests in here. Not trying to sound like a jerk. It's just I want to hear people's general thoughts on the topic itself. Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.